Hello, you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. Good morning. Here we are again, 8 a.m. Cannot believe it. Wasn't super happy to be awake just a few minutes ago, but I'm here and I'm happy to hang out with you guys and talk to you guys. And there's a bunch to talk about. So, today we're going to talk about, I want to talk about a protection order that was recently given yesterday to a YouTube true crime creator who, we see protection orders on the app all the time, some warranted, some not, but this is different because it's from the people from a case that was being covered by this creator. So I do want to talk about that. I think it's important. We've already seen laws be changed, and I'm going to show you what I mean in a second because of this particular person in the past. And so I want to talk about that. I want to talk about how these, it could really change things and how we do things. Maybe there needs to be some changes, I also want to talk about more stuff that's been coming out from the Stephan Stearns investigation. Oh my God, you guys. Yesterday, I watched on a couple different channels, that are now releasing parents' interviews, which there are some shocking parts, and I've clipped them for us. I have to listen to this with you guys. Oh my God. I was sitting there with my jaw completely dropped. So we're going to go through that. Then I have a couple things that are more unknown I want to talk about. And then I want to go through some, I think it's an affidavit. I hadn't got to read it through myself. So Mayla's mom sent us an update regarding Kiara Jones. I think it's a little bit older of an update, new released. Maybe the affidavit was just released, but it happened in April. Kiara was the woman who was hurting and breaking bones and knocking teeth out. She was she worked on the bus with disabled children. And I tried to make a real effort to make sure everybody knew exactly who she was, because what she did was so disgusting. So we did talk about that quite a lot a few months ago. So I wanted to talk about that too. So I'm excited to do that with you guys. Oh my gosh. Yesterday after the live, I drove almost all day long. I was in Virginia, right near Virginia Beach, because I live in the outer, some call it where I'm at, the Inner Banks, but in the Outer Banks, North Carolina. And so for me to go up to Virginia Beach, it's only about an hour and 20 minutes. And one of the things that we're going to talk about today happened right where I was at. So it's, going to be interesting to go through all of this with you guys. Oh my goodness. School being back in is just crazy. Okay. So let me say hello to you, and then we're going to dig right into all of it. Hey, Bro. Hey, B Crumbs. Hey, Pointer Lover. Hey, Tess. Hey, Christine. Hey, Shark. Good to see you. Hey, Hippie Chick. Hey, Neat. Hey, Delana. Nay D, my beautiful Nay. Happy to see you. Hey, Rexy. Hey, Mrs. Bendover. Don't know where K-Braze is, but happy birthday, K-Braze. K-Braze's birthday is today. He's one day older than me, to the year and everything. So, oh my God, girl, that be new. I cannot wait to play you what Stephan's mom said about the situation. So the clips we're going to listen to today come after, they found out the truth about everything, after he was arrested, after Madeline had been found. Mind blowing. Me too. It's bad. Mayla's mom said, thank you for making sure that I got that and making sure that we talk about it, because it's important for us to talk about. Oh, thank you, Nay. My birthday's tomorrow. Mine, K-Braze's, is today, but thank you, and I love you, and sweet dreams. 5 a.m. here, 10 p.m. here. Coffee time. I'm doing a Alani Juicy Peach. It's kind of gross, but you know what? I need caffeine. Hey, Kate. Hey, Sarah Bellum. Hey, anybody that I missed. 7 here. Hopefully I can keep you guys some company while you get your kids ready for school, or if you're somewhere else, while you just relax and do whatever. So the first thing I want to talk about is this protection order. But first, we're going to take it all the way back. So I don't ever really, like, if I was going to even address any kind of drama, I wouldn't do it here. I do have a second channel. I want to keep this channel more focused on true crime. I think it's important, especially when we are talking about people's most vulnerable moments and the worst day of someone's life, right? We should be respectful. I don't want to mix it in with anything else. That's just my personal way that I want to do things here. But I have talked about Bullhorn Betty and some of the things that Heels on the Ground did in Summer Wells' case. I made a couple of videos about it. I was just heartbroken to see that baby be talked about the way she was. Regardless of how you feel about the parents, some of the things that were said about Summer were just gross. Well, then there was also another big spotlight where I was really watching what was going on when we were watching with Gabby Petito. So, by the way, Stephan Stern's mom talks about Brian Laundrie's family in that interview. But, during Gabby Petito, I'll never forget it. We hear about this story, this couple that goes on this road trip, and they're beautiful couple. I mean, their social media, they look so artsy and fun. They've showed this van rebuild on their social media, all this different stuff they do. And you really, like, I don't know, you just almost feel like you know them when you start watching that stuff. And the boyfriend shows up at home in her van, and she's not there, right? Many people thought his family knew the truth of what happened, and come to find out they did know more, right? We know that now because of the lawsuit that Gabby Petito's family has brought on the Laundries. There's been a lot that's came out with that. Well, during that time, there were protesters out there. And at first, I was all about it because they were just kind of protesting, wasn't being disrespectful yet, but things really took a turn. I mean, they were throwing laundry baskets in the yard. They were out in neighborhoods screaming the most vile stuff about Gabby and going to Brian Laundrie's sister's house and screaming that out there, forcing them to come outside and talk. It was crazy. And when these people, I feel like it's important that we talk about it because it's changing things. Laws were changed to prevent that from happening again because they took it too far. Now we see with Sebastian Rogers, which let me do something actually, because this is important to me. I don't talk about his case here, but I do want to show just his flyer for a second because that it's relevant. It is the case that she was covering and kind of how we got here. So let me see. View image. Sorry, you guys. So, many of you know and probably have been watching everything that's been happening regarding a missing teenage boy from Tennessee named Sebastian Rogers. This creator was covering his case and was just taking things way too far. I mean, just taking things way too far. Here's the thing. Just because you have a YouTube channel, you're just a person. You are not a police officer. You should not be showing up at in person at their old high schools, going to, following them around. That's not appropriate. Is it okay to go somewhere and look at things for yourself, depending on where you're going and stuff? Sure. And I appreciate a citizen journalist because some people don't trust mainstream media. So I understand why people like that. But this is crossing a line. I'm sorry, but all of these parents have been harassed beyond belief. We have no evidence. At least true crime should at least follow evidence. I understand gut feelings. I understand intuition. I understand that. But at the end of the day, with something so important, there's a reason police don't go off gut feelings. They have gut feelings too, There's a reason they don't go off of intuition. Most police officers probably have pretty good intuition. Some of them, I would assume. Okay, but they don't go off of that. They need black and white facts and evidence. You cannot just start covering a case and because you think someone's guilty, start basically harassing them. You really just can't. And that's just the truth about it. I think that we have to have respect. What we're doing here, we're talking about somebody's worst day, their most vulnerable moments, and somebody's child, okay? And many children, actually, because this is not the first. I mean, passing around photos of Sebastian's mom with his stepsister at church, things like that, it's inappropriate. It's crossing a line. You don't do that. I'm sorry you don't. And there's a reason why there was yesterday a protection order granted. How is this going to change things? It's setting a precedent. That's the truth. It is like the first that I've seen like this. I'm sure it's not the first, but I don't know. Let me see what you guys think. Roro says it's truly criminal in my opinion. People like BHB need to learn that feelings and opinions aren't facts. Exactly. And I understand. Look, I've had so many people be like, I know I've learned to trust my gut, blah, blah, blah. First of all, that's not it's not 100% ever trusting your gut. And I can understand that too. But when we're talking about accusing someone of making their child disappear, that's a big deal. And I can't imagine if your child runs away or goes missing, you're already going to feel like a failure as a parent. We have to learn our place and boundaries. Boundaries are important. Boundaries are healthy. I don't know. This just stresses me out so bad because it's part of the reason why I wanted to do this series. I wanted to start talking about, yes, the big and important things that happen regarding true crime, not just cases, but also things like this. We talked about new documentaries yesterday, just anything regarding true crime, but different stuff, because I was finding myself getting stuck in this vacuum of nothing but all the drama surrounding this case. Not even the case. We don't even know if a crime occurred. Okay. We don't even know if it is truly a criminal case. Most likely is it. I tend to believe that he ran away. Maybe he was lured by someone, whatever. But however you feel, at the end of the day, we have to understand there is no evidence of anything. So you cannot go following people around, acting like you are a police officer and you're going to tell people to check their surveillance footage, going to people's old high schools, following around their parents. I mean, it's wrong and it can happen. Will one of the mods grab a link for me though? Because Burnt Toast has went over in depth the things that have been happening with this. I grabbed a screenshot from her page. Let me actually show you guys. That shows when the order of protection was granted. But otherwise, I think you will get more information and better information from her. Go check out that channel. I don't know. I just think it's a problem. And I think that we have to, as creators, learn respect and boundaries. I don't want to tell people how to run their channels. I don't want to cancel anybody, but damn it, man. Can we be decent? Can we act like we have some sense? Can we be logical? I'm sorry. It's so frustrating. If you have never watched her, Lil Red, you should check out her channel. One of the mods, Melissa. Thank you, Melissa. I tried to call you, by the way, this morning, but just right before this. So maybe I can call you after or call me after. But yeah, check out her link. I think that you guys will enjoy her channel anyways. It's, especially if you've been into some of the stuff we talk about is heavy. We're about to get into some very heavy stuff with Stephan Stearns. So sometimes it's nice to have a channel like that where you can just go, she keeps it respectful. She won't even let her chat talk about her dog, Betty's dog. So, I just think that, and she also tries to put a spotlight on missing and murdered Indigenous women, which you guys know that is something that, is important to me too. It's a real problem. They do not get the media attention that they deserve. Hey, Wolfie. Hey, Brandy, good morning. So, I don't know. Let me read through some of your thoughts on it, and then we'll probably move along to the Stephan Stern stuff. No, people do not have walking around sense anymore. Some have no boundaries, sad but true. Well, maybe they get caught up and don't realize it. Like, I'm not saying that all intentions are awful. People get emotional. They think they know what the truth is with some of this stuff. And here's the thing. We don't know the truth. We don't even have a quarter of the information police have. We should not be out here running around like law enforcement. At least when they go around and they follow people, they put a tail on them. They're checking surveillance footage, going to people's old high schools, figuring out things like that. They have all the evidence. We simply don't have that. So there has to be lines drawn. Oh, okay. So let me show you what happened after the protesting. I forgot. I wanted to show you guys this. So Brian Laundrie protests inspire Florida bill that would make demonstrations outside homes illegal. And this did eventually pass. Protest at the house where the parents of murder victim Gabby Petito's fiance lived and by anti-maskers at the home of a school board member were cited before a Florida Senate committee unanimously approved a bill Monday to make such disturbances illegal. The bill approved by the Senate Judiciary Committee would make protesting outside a residence a second-degree misdemeanor punishable by up to 60 days in jail and a $500 fine. Because, like I said, you have all these people in a neighborhood screaming the most horrific things. What Brian did to Gabby and things like that. Children nearby. Let's look at what happened outside of Quentin Simon's home. Let's look at that. A whole neighborhood of people who are not involved in the case that have to listen to the most horrific things being screamed over and over and over. The lullabies playing the screaming baby. I mean, there was so much sick, twisted stuff there. It's truly ridiculous. And there was like this movement on YouTube of channels that have kind of stood up against that, and that's what they do, is they only speak out about those things. And I think that's important because it's obviously gone way too damn far. When laws are being changed because of what that's when it's time to just maybe sit down and take a second and really look at things. And all of us, even viewers, other channel like me, anyone else who has a channel, other channel owners, we need to be able to look at things logically and understand that we might feel a certain way about a case, but without evidence, and even with evidence, there's a proper way to getting justice. There's a proper way to holding someone accountable, and it is not through social media and harassment. So I thought that this was something that was far too large, like in our little true crime world, just too much of a big deal to skip, especially when we're doing this morning thing where I want to talk about everything going on, not necessarily like drama and stuff in between, like personal drama with creators or anything. But if it's involving a true crime case, a true crime investigation, true crime coverage, whatever, like, I think we need to talk about it. Hey, Connie. Hey, Grandma Sherry. Happy to see you. Hey, Henry. I'm worried too that there's something going on mentally. I don't know. But this is just not appropriate. Absolutely not about canceling creators. Kind of gross and goes against my freedom of speech belief, but all for spotlighting their behavior. Exactly. And I'm with you. Now, look, I believe in freedom of speech, but I do believe in consequences too, and being held accountable for your actions. So, I just think it's important to have these conversations, have boundaries. I've done it too. I've gotten so emotional in cases. Like I've told you guys a million times that I regret my coverage of the Wells case. I haven't deleted any because I don't want to like hide it so you can still see. But, I was far too emotional and not logical enough. That's just the truth. We can all get there. Nobody's like better than anybody. Nobody knows better. It's just important to have these conversations, especially when we think about this. Okay. At the end of the day, let me show you what it's all about. Okay. The only thing that matters Sebastian, okay? Finding this young man. Not the drama between mom and dad, not why they divorce, not the drama between creators, not the slimy little PR people, none of that. At the end of the day, it's about putting this young man's face out there and hoping that he can be found. Because you almost start like working against your, I don't know, I just feel like you're not helping at all and you're making things worse at a certain point. That's just kind of where I'm at. So I feel like if people want to be that involved in an investigation, they need to go through the correct channels and become a private investigator. That's what I think, Riley. You know, get the training, get the certifications, do things the right way. So it's always crazy here in Florida. We need laws for our laws. Have to make coffee. Well, get your coffee, mama. Honestly, I never seen anyone following HB. I saw her behind their vehicle. Yeah, that's the way it appeared to me too. Makes me question humanity at times. Well, it's all part of the human condition, right? Because sometimes, and some people are more emotional and less logical. And I think a lot of this is emotional response. You know, when you have a state pass a law because of yourself, maybe you should stop while you're ahead. All right, so now let's switch gears and let's go to, I saw that Music City Mom. Yeah, absolutely, Bushi. And Duty Ron has spoken out about some of these things too. I mean, hey, Marshall Dove. Okay, so how many of you guys have been watching all of the stuff that's been coming out of Stephan Stearns, that investigation with, take that off the screen. Madeline Soto, Jen Soto, Stephan Stearns, now his parents, her grandma, their roommates. There's all these interviews coming out. I have learned a lot and made many mistakes from my day one on YouTube. Me too, Marshall, 100%. We're all growing and, you know, we're all going to make mistakes. But Stephanie says, is it just me or does every case get turned into a drama show? Well, you know what? Not all of them, because some of them don't get any attention at all. But yeah, the ones that get attention, a lot of them do. Hey, Emily, good to see you. Oh, T-Rev. Yes, a new coffee emoji. Can one more channel that I would love for a mod to get for me if you don't care. Unsupervised Maniacs. She has a video on the T-Rev situation. She does, which is really great. And I would love for you guys to see that, speaking of him. Okay. I missed the new stuff about him. Hey, Sherry, good morning. Okay, I've been following. I've heard it all, bits and pieces here and there. I've been watching, but if his parents' interview was released, then oh, yes. And Riley, I'm going to play a clip today. I am through some of the one Plunder put up with his parents. Oh, my gosh. That poor girl was living in such a toxic and unhealthy environment. I bet her father is furious and heartbroken. I agree. Tess, will you do me a favor and get the dockets link? And then Music City Mom got Unsupervised Maniacs. Thank you, Music City Mom. Because the docket is where I took these screen recordings. So I think it's only correct. Thank you, Pointer Lover. It's only right of me to share the links, right, where we're watching stuff. But I did take a couple screen recordings I want us to look at, you guys. Oh. This is, just prepare yourself, because just prepare. I don't even know what to say, because there's, yeah. Okay. I do have the link for his video here, actually. I could share the exact video. Well, hold on. All right. The first one I want you guys to hear is this long one. That's the one I think I uploaded first. Let me just double check something, though. So yeah, 2:36:44 and then 56 seconds. All right. we hear the parents mention Gray Hughes. By the way, do you guys remember when Stephan Stern's old roommates and friends were coming on Gray Hughes' channel and doing interviews and stuff? Mom was watching that. She watches. She claimed that some of the stuff being said wasn't true. Like, apparently it was said that the parents bought Stephan these like sexy magazines. I forget what kind, but some kind of magazines. She said no, they have never done that. Thank you, Tess. Okay, so let's start with the longer video because that's where it starts. She also mentions the Landrys were here. She said the Landry kid came home and helped him. What a small world, basically. She says about Jen and Stephan, this, I just put a couple quotes here as I was listening that I could not believe. She said that Stephan was absolutely distraught afterwards. Her exact quote was, "The man was sick. He's the only one feeling any remorse, and she is not." You know, we saw that she thought that Jen should be arrested, but she definitely has her feelings on Jen. And Stephan's dad, I feel like he knew what was up pretty quick, because as soon as Stephan told him, and he speaks on this, Maddie's missing, she didn't go to school, and I had a flat tire, he said he thought 2 events in one day that close together, there's something off about that. Okay.
She texted me, figure out what the F is going on. And she texted me and said, "Get Stephan a lawyer now."
Mm-hmm.
Jen texted Stephan's dad and said, "Get Stephan a lawyer now." Soon as she found out what he had been doing to her daughter, I'm going to try to share the screen a different way. It's going to look a little different for a second. Soon as she found out what her concern was, texting his parents and telling them, "Get him a lawyer now." She said they found evidence that him and Madeline have been, and you're going to hear Dad explain this in a second, have been, sexually inappropriate. I don't remember how she says it. For how long? 2 years. She's more worried about getting him an attorney. I cannot.
Okay. Why is going on? And she texted me and said, "Get Stephan a lawyer now."
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why? And then she says, "Well, they have found these images on Stephan's phone that there's sex acts between Maddie and Stephan." And I go, I disbelief. I go, okay. And I asked her how long. She said 2 years. And she said something to the effect, like he needs a lawyer up.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was just really weird. What the F is going on? And she texted me and said, "Get Stephan a lawyer now."
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why? And then she says, "Well, they have found these images on Stephan's phone that there's sex acts between Maddie and Stephan." And I go, I disbelief. I go, okay. And I asked her how long. She said 2 years. And she said something to the effect, like he needs a lawyer up.
Hopefully the volume booster is working. It sounds really loud on my phone, but that's why I'm sharing the screen like this and you can see your comments or whatever. But get Stephan a lawyer now. He needs to lawyer up. I'm sorry, but I feel like if I found out somebody was doing that to my kid, I'd say, you better lock him up because I'm going to go take care of them myself, and they won't be on this earth anymore. Not get him a lawyer. He needs a lawyer. They found proof for 2 years that he's been, no, I'm sorry. No. Let's keep listening. This is just, remember, word of mouth from the parents. However, there should be evidence, right? Of it. So.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, that was just really weird. And so a few hours later, she finally comes out of the, I'm communicating with her before this, and I said, I got to go get something to eat, and got to use the restroom. The station's locked up. I can't get in. And she said, well, they said, go up to a Wawa or something. I said, okay. And the next thing you know, no, they're going to let me out and go to get something to eat. So she comes out, and demeanor is just matter of factly, everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And we get in the car, and we're talking, and we go to get something to eat. And I kept thinking, this is a woman who just learned that her child had been sexually abused for the last 2 years. And she's acting towards me like nothing's happened.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like another day, another evening out, we're just spending time together. That entire time. And then I take her back to the police station. And then.
So Dad is saying, basically, she's acting funny for someone who just found out what she just found out. Stephan's been arrested. No, something ain't right. She's more talkative and more normal than I've ever seen her. That's what he's about to say. Let me keep letting her play.
And then she's done with her interview. The detectives come out and say, hey, we want to talk with you. I said, fine, if someone's going to have a conversation with me. Arrange for her to get in the car to stay with Sailor. And I go up and have my conversation with Alex, and then I go back to the car, and I'm going to take her back home because she needs a ride home. And even her demeanor of coming out with the detectives is just like, everything's fine.
Did she act like that during previous contacts with you guys, whether it be last month, last year? Was it the same kind of interaction?
Yeah. If anything, this is the most interaction I've ever had with her.
Mm-hmm.
Because when she came here, I never really interacted with her unless we're having figure out what the F is going on. And
now I do have more of this one, but okay, yeah, that I don't understand. I don't know. I feel like we were, if I hear that any kid is being touched like that, and if it's by someone I know personally, I'm going to be furious, disgusted, upset, especially my own child. And look, I'm not trying to be hard on Jen, but these interviews are hard to hear, and this is just the truth. It is. Like, if she had nothing, if she didn't know, and like we talked about in the past, had her head in the sand or whatever the hell on medications and too worried about herself and whatever, I don't know. I'm sure this is a very difficult time. However, based on this, doesn't seem like a difficult time. Doesn't seem like she was that upset. Seems like, I don't know. It's odd. I don't get it. It's upsetting. I don't know, you guys. It's tough. Let me see what you guys think. Preschool Granny says Jen knew what was going on. So crazy. Hey, Debbie. Debbie says they could make a lot of money with that tripod. There's zero reason to have it in that room. Christine, my mind is blown. I hadn't known about that stuff. Wow. Yeah, I know. Mine too, which it's just now coming out, all of these interviews and stuff like that. Hey, Queen Bella, good morning. Chopper, Jen knew something she had to, especially to contact Stephan's parents right away to get him a lawyer. Patricia says, God, I feel sick to my stomach. Jelly Baby. I haven't been able to go through all of the pictures yet, like I wanted to. Hey, Joneson said, because she motherfucking knew. Hey, Griffey Bear. Hey, Boho Hobo. Maddie was exactly 1 month younger than my grandson. This hits home. Jen was an unfit parent. I hurt for Maddie's father. Oh, I cannot imagine how he must feel. Remember, he went on the news and basically said, Jen was a good mom, but I don't know. I have a lot of questions too. How does this happen? All right, let's go to the next one.
I kind of expected that, but I didn't.
This is this is just the same conversation we're listening to. No time has passed. Just picked up where it was last paused.
Alex gave a statement down and took it to her, and I didn't get any questioning from her. What are you doing that for? I kind of expected that, but I didn't. Ran to the piece of paper, gave it to Alex, gave him a statement, and we left. Took her back, and everything. She's acting just too normal. It doesn't seem. It's acting abnormal because she shouldn't be that way. Her demeanor should be entirely different. And then she goes on to tell me that Stephan was sexually frustrated because she and Stephan were not having sex. Her medication changed. She didn't have any interest in sex, and so there was no sexual engagement between the two of them.
Lord have mercy, help me now. She goes on to tell him, and I'm going to play it again so y'all can hear. Let me mute, though, after. She goes on to tell him, Stephan is sexually frustrated. They had not been sleeping together. So she asked them to get him an attorney. She's cheerful, not upset, not distraught. Her demeanor's off. And then she tells his dad, well, Stephan was sexually frustrated. We just, we weren't having sex anymore. My medications had changed. I just, oh my God, you guys. Whew. Let me play it again so you guys can hear that part again.
I didn't get any questioning from her. What are you doing that for? I kind of expected that, but I didn't. Ran to the piece of paper, gave it to Alex, gave him a statement, and we left. Took her back, and everything. She's acting just too normal. It doesn't seem. It's acting abnormal because she shouldn't be that way. Her demeanor should be entirely different. And then she goes on to tell me that Stephan was sexually frustrated because she and Stephan were not having sex. Her medication changed. She didn't have any interest in sex, and so there was no sexual engagement between the two of them.
Are you making excuses for this man? I don't know. This is just odd, you guys. It's just odd. And I've tried so hard to be right there and be like, we don't want to blame people unless there's evidence. Like, maybe this was going on, maybe that was going on, trying to not offer up excuses, but trying to figure out like how this could happen like this. Oh my God, it does make you sick, Queen Bella. This is just unbelievable. Who the actual heck says that to the boyfriend's dad? I cannot even comment. After she saw the videos on his phone, she called his father and said he needed to get him an attorney immediately. Yep. Fun to Ski says, sorry, but Jen is a piece of work. I'm angry she is not being charged. Well, here's the thing. Grizzly pointed this out. And maybe she's not going to be charged at all. But I do know that in the statement, it doesn't say ever. It says something to the effect of for now. Now, sexually frustrated. Yeah, but lets her daughter sleep with him. This sounds worse and worse. Agree. Now, I'm about to play for you guys. Hey, Jordan. Mom's theory of what might have happened. Because like I said, she goes into detail how, Stephan was the only one upset. He was distraught, blah, blah, blah. This is, Mom sometimes has dreams, Stephan's mom, that are like premonition. I forget what she says. She's Irish. She does also say that, it's what she starts it with. And yeah, here, just, I'll just let you hear it.
And in that dream, they were in Stephan's room and in Maddie's room, unclothed. Jen came in to wake her up. Was confronted by the fact that they were together in a way they shouldn't have been. And I think a struggle ensued, and she either hit her head or broke her neck. So I don't think there was couldn't have been a gunshot because everybody would have heard it. I think stabbing, you'd have found blood. So that's the only thing I can think. And that then she would have told Stephan, and my dream was, this is all your fault. You caused this. This is all your fault. You have to fix it.
We think
What?
Precognition.
So she says, what she's saying there is that she had a dream, and she wonders if this could have been the case, that Jen came in and discovered them doing something, and she freaked out and hurt Maddie, and then told Stephan, you're going to have to clean this up. This is all your fault. No, lady, no. I'm sorry, but I have nothing for Jen right now. But if that was the case, they would have found evidence of it. Like, stop. Your son had dozens and dozens of pictures of this baby. The first picture that they found on his device, she was 8 years old. No, you do not get to act like he's the good guy. He's the, he was forced to do this or whatever the hell. No. Thank you, Aries girl. I'm so glad. I'm loving it too with you guys. Also, there were some pictures that were released and things like that, images of her book bag. I did grab one. There was this one picture that was in the file. Let me send it to myself because I didn't yet. And I'm wondering what this was because I do remember something about, do you guys remember in the files? Maybe y'all can help me make sense of this. There was something about a phone and the way that it fit under a door, you could see into the bathroom. Let me send all of these pictures to myself, and then, okay, they just came through, and I'm going to show you guys. Let's just present, share screen. Yeah, she says, these calls into gray hues, they're lies. And she also says, what are the chances that, in this little small town of Northport, the Landrys and us, 2 murders. I mean, the murder didn't happen here, but the Landry kid came home and they helped him. That's what she said. So here was one photo of Maddie's face, I believe. B Crumbs, let me know if I'm right on that. But hold on, that's not even the one I wanted to show you. There's a few. I think they're this way. So this is the one that I'm not really sure what this is. I do remember something about this, and I know that we heard that he was spying on a friend's girlfriend when she was in the shower or something. The wording seems to blame everyone there except her son. Yep, exactly. It does. Morning, Kathy. Stephan's friend Chase called gray hues and J is for justice. Yeah, well, Mom was listening to that. She points that out. Hey, Bees Tea. No, yeah, that was his mom talking. Yeah, there are some with Jen, but what we just listened to was his mom and dad. Oh, no, Nurse Kristen. I hope you feel better soon. Riley says, I think something big led up to her death, some big conflict. Good morning, Ava. Good to see you. He was doing that to her roommates. Yeah, that's a phone under the door, and this is in police evidence photos. But I don't know. There's a few more that I grabbed. Let me show you guys. What did B Crumb say? Curious if I was right about that being Maddie's face. Mayla's mom says, I think Jen is a lot more involved than anybody realizes. She may not be involved in the murder, but I think she knew what was going on. She said too many things that don't make sense. I don't know, man. I don't know. Jen lawyered up right away. I asked about the bed with where the Croc shoes are. That was from Maddie's space, right? Or not bedroom 4? Then we have this photo. It's a shirt. Not sure what it means yet, but that was in the evidence photos. And then we have this. So this is from a distance, but this is a glove. And I think it was right behind the house. That's what it looks like. When there's a trial and stuff, we'll know for certain many things that we don't know now. So we're trying to put some pieces together, but it's not easy. It does appear that there might be blood or something on this glove. And then there was in this room where that bed, the picture of the bed I showed you, there was a pair of Crocs. And there are a bunch of photos of these Crocs up close. There is an ID on the bed, but it's blurred out. See, like there's another one of the Crocs. And like I said, you guys can go. These are from the docket, Grizzly True Crime, and Plunder, and J is for Justice are all the places I've been playing clips from, watching stuff from. Okay, so is that room number 4? Tell me if this is room number 4, B Crumbs, by what you remember. Yes, Little Red has been on the ball, and thank you so much. She's been trying to request a bunch of stuff for us, and he did say she was wearing Crocs. Yeah, Nurse Kristen, I do remember that. Human beings shave rights. Says Jen absolutely knew what was going on. The matching Croc. Well, I thought that they showed both of them in this picture. If in some of the other pictures, when you zoom in, I don't know. I want to hear the interviews with Jen after she was told everything. That's what I want to hear. That's Jen's room with the king size bed, I think. Room 4 has a single bed. You're right, because I heard that in one of the audios, something about a single. Oh gosh. It's a little confusing. We'll have to wait until trial. This is the way it is. And look, with Gannon's case, I followed that from pretty much the day he went missing. I remember seeing it. Plunder was one of the first places I watched it. And it's crazy the way the story evolved. Everything that came out on social media, we saw his dad being blamed for a lot of shit he didn't do. And we, when trial happened, we saw every detail of the entire several days in question of what everyone was doing, like every movement they made. And we were able to find out a lot of the things that were being reported just simply weren't true. So until the trial happens, we're just not going to be able to know the facts about everything. Hey, Rocco Love. Good morning. Hey, Selena. Hope you have a good day too. Neat noodle. I know, Kathy. It is sickening. It really is. All right. So now there are a few things that I want to talk to you guys about that don't get as much attention. And this is really part of this series. I hope to see you guys with me again Monday morning, bright and early. But I want to go through all the, if there is bigger stories that are more well known, then we can talk about that, like things happening like what we talked about this morning with the restraining order. But I really want to make an effort to focus on things that aren't getting a ton of attention anywhere. So this one, though, prepare yourself. Actually, for the rest of the live, prepare yourself, because you're going to be pissed off. When I get to Kiara Jones, that bitch, man, I have lives I will go back and share today where we go in depth into what she did, and she is one of the most disgusting creatures on this planet, and she is walking free. She's barely going to get any time for, what she did, which was absolutely disgusting. Okay, so we're going to start here. Madison Bergman, 24, out of Wisconsin, is accused of kissing a fifth grader after school and during lunch, according to criminal complaints. An 11-year-old, okay? 24-year-old teacher making out with an 11-year-old. Wait, I haven't even flipped y'all over to it. Meet Madison Bergman. Yeah, his dad was a former law enforcement officer. So, a Wisconsin teacher who was charged in May after being accused by authorities of kissing one of her fifth grade students is now facing a slew of new charges, according to online court records. On May 1st, Madison Bergman, 24, of St. Paul, was arrested and charged May 2nd with one count of first-degree child sexual assault with a child under age 13. On Thursday, August the 15th, an amended complaint was filed charging her with 9 new counts, including 5 counts of sexual misconduct by school staff, 2 new counts of child enticement, and 1 count each of use of a computer to facilitate a child sex crime and exposing a child to harmful descriptions, online court records show. The boy's mother first learned about the alleged inappropriate relationship when she heard her son talking on the phone with Bergman on April 29th, according to the initial complaint. Can you imagine that you hear your child on the phone with their teacher as if it's their girlfriend? I'm telling you, we would be fighting. I would definitely be in jail. Somebody better bomb me out, because hell to the no. Hell no. This is so infuriating. On Wednesday, May 1st, the child's parents went to the boy's school, Rivercrest Elementary School in Hudson, after they found illicit text messages Bergman had allegedly been exchanging with the child, charging documents claim. Police were called and Bergman was arrested. She resigned from her job as a fifth grade teacher on May the 13th. Bergman and the boy allegedly texted each other almost daily, charging documents state. Bergman allegedly texted the boy telling him how much she enjoyed making out with him and how much she liked him touching her. The boy told police the two touched each other in the classroom when other students couldn't see them and had kissed during lunch. She was arrested and released on bond, and as a condition of her bond, she's allowed to have no contact with him or anyone under the age of 18. She did have to surrender her passport. Let's go look at the local news in that area. An 11-year-old boy. What do you find as a grown-ass woman who's been through college, right? Because to be a teacher, you have to have a degree. What the hell do you find attractive about an 11-year-old boy? I'm sorry, but these people I don't think that they need to be with the rest of society. And this is just my opinion. Y'all can feel how you feel about it. Some might get mad about this, but if you are convicted of sexually touching a child or you are proven to have done that in any way, I don't know if there is rehabilitation. I don't know if that's possible. My area test said, wow. Or you will bring the South Side right back out of me, right, Riley? I live in Wisconsin. I've never heard about this. Grandma Sherry says, what is wrong with people? These are children. Well, this is something that, like, it's crazy that this can happen in your state and you don't hear about it. But think of how much we hear about the same things over and over. No rehabilitation is possible, in my opinion. 11 isn't even developed yet. Right. It's not like, a teenage boy, which is still wrong, disgusting, inappropriate, but maybe he might have muscles and kind of look like a man, or, no, 11 is like prepubescent child. Let's see if there's any new information in this local jail, local report. Oh, yes. Okay. So the Hudson School District said Bergman was put on unpaid administration leave Thursday. The illicit conduct was first discovered last week through several text messages. In a letter police then found in his desk, Bergman told him, "I love you so much it hurts." Oh my God. Can you not find a grown man? Like a man? I love you so much it hurts. According to the complaint, the principal called the school's resource officer about the inappropriate conduct. That resource officer met with the human resources director and the boy's dad. Several printed screenshots of text messages between the boy and the teacher were given to the officer. In one text, Bergman wrote that she, quote, wanted to just grab your face and push you to the floor and make out with you, unquote. In another, she told him how she almost kissed you. She told him she almost kissed him when he was on the ground today, but I got distracted by your stomach. That is just so sick and disgusting. I am sorry. No. Parents spotted communications. The boy's mother discovered Bergman talking to her son in April. Bergman said she spoke to the boy over the phone. She had been invited to go snowboarding with the boy and his family, and she exchanged numbers with him in case they became separated. In her notes to him, she tells him she loves him, wants to kiss him. He turns her on, and she is obsessed with him. The school district called the allegations gut-wrenching and said that they want people to know they're taking it very serious. It's crazy because people, versus males who touch children and females, people, I feel like it's far easier to spot the creepy males. Hey, Krista. Okay, now let me show you this. This happened like literally where I was at yesterday. Man stole a car with child inside at Chesapeake Wawa. So I didn't go to the Wawa, but I was in near Chesapeake, Virginia. Police say a man stole a running car at a Wawa in Chesapeake overnight with a child inside. Luckily for her mom and the child, the man quickly realized his predicament and came back. However, that didn't stop police from chasing down the suspect and his associates. Thank God he came back. Thank God he didn't throw the child out or something worse. I mean, the incident happened around 12:30 a.m. Never leave your babies in your car alone. Police say a woman told them she left her child in the running car when she went to pay for gas. When she came back, the car was gone, even just to pay for gas because of this. Because I tell you what, the person who gets the car could be someone like this who sees a child in there and comes back, or it could be someone who hurts the child or worse, sells the child. I mean, you don't know. So never leave your babies in the car, even just to pay for gas. Just don't do it. Though after a search, she was able to find the car parked next to the building with the child inside. A review of surveillance video showed a group of men pull up in a pickup truck before the incident, with one getting out and stealing the car. Shortly after, video showed the car return and the suspect get out. Police would put out a be on the lookout for the suspect's truck and found it in the Deep Creek area. That kicked off a pursuit that stretched to Greenbrier back to Deep Creek before finally ending on I-664 near College Drive. I was on I-664 yesterday, and I was near Deep Creek because I saw the signs for those places. 3 men in total were arrested. Chesapeake police believe Daquan Stevenson stole the vehicle at the Wawa. He faces a long list of charges, including abduction of a minor, which he should get. But thank God he brought that baby back. Oh, Desiree, thank you for joining. I appreciate that so much. Hey, Shakto. Mary Kay passed from cancer a few years back. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you, Patricia. You guys are so sweet. Too good to me, and I appreciate all you guys. Thank you. And thank you for hanging out with me. I don't know where K-Braze is, but I don't like thieves either. I've never left my kids in the car, even if it was to just drop something off quickly. Okay. Now, another thing I want to show you before we get into what really will piss you off. Kiara Jones, that woman, it's so infuriating because what she did was so disgusting, and she's not getting that much trouble for it because I guess I don't know. I guess, they can't. So just 1 second. Let me make sure I exit out of those. Okay. Crime tourists linked to 50 cases nationwide charged in 18 North Carolina home break-ins. 3 men have been arrested. Listen to this. This is a large criminal network of South American theft groups, okay? And they go around, and this is what they do. A series of coordinated break-ins. These ones happened in North Carolina, but excuse me, it could happen anywhere. They have been charged in at least 18 cases in Charlotte and potentially linked to more than 50 cases across the U.S. So they have the suspected driver and the getaway driver, but I don't want to mispronounce his name, but he's been charged in 1 case in Charlotte and is currently under investigation in multiple cases outside of the city. That he's only 34 years old. Crime tourist is what these theft groups have been told. They target households. They're highly skilled mobile criminals who generally target households stealing high-end designer items before returning to their country of origin. Pretty crazy. So they generally broke into homes during daytime hours wearing high visibility clothing to appear as construction or lawn care workers. I just thought this was interesting. Like now we have, groups of people that are going around breaking into homes like that, like in such a like in this kind of fashion. Pretty crazy. Hey, Lucia, good morning. Thank you, Boho Hobo. Hey, Oh Snap Ginger. They're doing it in restaurants and businesses in New York City, too. All right. Kiara Jones. What kind of woman takes a job?
I'm Mark Ingram II. If you get behind
with disabled kids and then takes out all your anger and frustration on them. Children who can't tell their parents what you've done. Hold on, I want to show you guys the video first, just because it's been a minute since I've went over this. I tried to make a big point at the beginning of this summer that I really wanted people who watch me to know who this bitch is. And excuse my language, but I cannot with this one. I am just disgusted. So Mayla's mom sent me the new affidavit, or I don't know if it's new or newly released, but it's got some new information on it. And I thought we should talk about it, but I want to show you the video first. She was a school bus aide who was recently arrested for abusing a student who has special need. She's 28 years old. And she was charged with third-degree assault for allegedly assaulting an at-risk child with a disability on a school bus. Okay. Also, there is lawsuits happening with the families of other children who it's been found out she was doing this to. Now, let me tell you this. The children that she's beating up on, and warning, because this is disturbing and it will probably piss you off, they're nonverbal, okay? Many of them are nonverbal. Not all of them. I mean, that's an assumption, but we know that some are. They're disabled. She's there to help them, but this is what she's doing to them for no reason. That's disgusting, chick. My God. Thank you, Chopper. Thank you, girls, Nana. She busted a tooth out. Look at her. She busted a tooth out, broke a toe. It was to the point where this kid was scared to death to go to school. Parents were like, what's going on? Look at her. Oh, my God, if I can just see her in person. Oh, my God, she makes me so angry. I just cannot imagine getting to the point where this is what you're doing. No, you're disgusting, lady. I don't care how angry you are. Watch her look around and see, and then she'll stomp him. That's what she did there. Stomping on his foot. Lord help me now. Look at her. Stomping on him. Oh my God. I am so glad that this was exposed and found out about, though. And I do think it's important to talk about. I personally think everyone needs to know exactly who she is, and also know about this story, especially if you have kids in school, and even more so if you have kids with some that are disabled in one way or another, or, special needs. When you choose vulnerable people to abuse, I'm sorry, I think there needs to be laws just specifically for that, like a crime and a punishment specifically for that, because it's worse than assault. It's worse than third-degree assault. I'm gonna let it play one more time while I pull up the affidavit. Well, I guess there is crimes against at-risk adult/juvenile third-degree assault. Oh, she is walking free. I'm pretty certain. My memory's a little fuzzy, but I feel like she almost immediately got out on bond, or yeah. But like I said, it's been a minute. I'll share the link later to the live where I specifically went over all of this in detail. Because my memory is shot. I have a horrible memory. Traumatized for life. I know it pisses me off too. Colorado, Vikram. Okay, so let's go over here to the national desk, which link. So it's in Arapahoe in Colorado. Kiara Jones did commit crimes of third-degree assault, crimes against at-risk adult/juvenile. On or about March 28th, 2:59 p.m., the city of Inglewood, county of the state of Colorado. I don't want to keep repeating that wrong if I'm saying it wrong. Has filled out this document. On March 28th, your affiant, Inglewood Police Detective Brian Martinez, learned the following in my investigation. So Kiara Jones, born in 1995. She's 235 pounds. And I'm not weight shaming her, okay? That's not my point. But at 235 pounds, damn it, that's just even more disgusting that you're picking little children to beat up. And not just little children, but special needs children. So I met with Littleton Police Detective, who was the initial detective assigned to the case, and I learned the following. On March the 19th, blank called Littleton Public School Transportation regarding injuries to blank. Blank is a student at blank. Blank came home with bruises on March the 18th to blank foot that was not there the previous day. Blank called and spoke with transportation director and asked Marcy to review surveillance footage. Marcy reviewed surveillance footage from the bus that blank takes home from the school. Marcy reviewed the footage and noticed Kiara Jones, who is a paraprofessional for Littleton Public Schools, had assaulted blank. Marcy called Littleton Police regarding what she observed. Ronick stated he watched surveillance footage of Kiara assaulting blank on the bus on March the 18th. It started in the city of Inglewood. I was given a thumb drive of surveillance footage of the assaults. On the thumb drive, there was recorded footage of Kiara assaulting blank on February 13th, March 1st, and March 18th. I first watched the surveillance footage on February 13th and learned the following. For some reason, I feel like I may have seen this, but still, we're going to go through it. Anyways, Kiara is hired as a paraprofessional. Kiara is seen wearing a blue jumpsuit with a multicolored strip down the side. She is wearing a light-colored t-shirt. Start and date time is February 13th at 14:48. She is seen on the bus sitting in the last seat on the driver's side of the bus. Blank is seen sitting on the left side in the second seat on the door side of the bus. Blank is seen being belted in by an adult male party. Kiara is seen giving the male a bungee cord to give to blank. Kiara reaches out to blank to shake blank's hand, and blank reaches out. Kiara softly taps blank hand. At 14:51, Kiara sits in the same seat as blank and forcibly pushes blank head down towards the floor. She lets blank back up, and blank is seen pushing her arm away. Kiara then rubs blank head. Kiara rubs blank head, and blank tenses up as she is touching them. Kiara raises her right arm up to blank and softly touches blank with her elbow. Kiara puts her index finger underneath blank's chin and pushes up, forcing their head back. She then reaches over to blank's legs and appears to be unwelcome touching due to the reaction tensing up. Kiara looks toward the bus driver and then hits blank in the mouth with the back of her right hand. Blank is seen holding blank arms to blank chest before Kiara pushes blank arms down, and blank appears to be scared. Kiara then takes the red bungee cord away and gives it to another passenger. Kiara is doing something at 14:57 blank does not like due to their reaction in pushing her hand away. She continues unwelcome touching due to blank's reaction. It also appears blank is trying to unbuckle blank. Kiara continues this behavior as she is looking towards the bus driver. This is like a child. Like I have a child, a kid that I've watched before used to watch for adults watching when they would be acting out, right? So you would see them like looking off towards you right before they do something bad. This is what she's doing, watching to see if the bus driver is looking. Blank is seen possibly trying to unbuckle the seatbelt. It appears blank is checking blank's mouth by the way they're moving. Blank is still breathing heavily. Kiara appears to touch them in an unwelcome manner due to their reaction. Kiara hits Blank in the abdomen. She elbows Blank twice in the chest as she is speaking with the bus driver. Then she elbows Blank in the face. Blank flinches and appears to be scared when Kiara rubs the back of Blank's head. Kiara appears to be touching Blank in a manner unwelcome because of Blank's reaction. She puts her right hand behind Blank's head and pulls Blank's hair. Kiara puts her hand out towards Blank, in which time Blank slaps her hand. Kiara puts her right hand underneath Blank's chin and Blank turns away from her. She continues to rub Blank's head and they continue to turn away. It's apparent they do not want her touching them. Oh my God almighty. Kiara is seen possibly grabbing onto Blank's left arm and putting it behind their own back. Twisting their arm behind their back. She continues to touch their left arm in an unwelcome manner. Blank is struggling to gain control of their arm. Kiara then elbows Blank in the abdomen. Kiara then grabs Blank by the jaw, reaches behind Blank's head, and forcefully pushes Blank's head down. Once the child's head is down, she punches them in the back with a closed fist. Sadistic is right. Hey, Lynn. This is just disgusting. It's hard to read. I'm going to smoke a cigarette and chat with you guys for a second. This is really infuriating. Then she appears to tickle them. Oh, the child doesn't want her touching them. Oh, God, this is so sad. Kiara puts her arm around Blank again as Blank tenses up. Kiara forcefully pushes Blank's head down towards the floor. When she lets Blank up, Blank appears to be crying. Kiara starts rubbing Blank's head. Kiara puts her arm up above Blank and forcefully pushes her elbow onto the head of the child, making them lean forward. Can you imagine? Kiara gets up and the child is breathing heavily and they watch her. Kiara is placing a backpack on the seat where she was sitting and the child flinches. I'm sorry, but this lady, you know what? Today, I'm going to make a point just to reshare all of her mugshots and all the disgusting shit she's done and those old live streams just so more people know exactly who she is. Just another nasty bitch that needs an ass whooping. Oh, yeah, absolutely agree. Hell, if I seen her, I might whip her ass my damn self. I don't understand this kind of cruelty either. She just kept on. My God. What an evil, evil bitch. Kiara throws something on the floor and Blank bends over to retrieve it. Kiara again holds Blank down towards the floor. Kiara is using both hands to hold Blank down and Blank is seen trying to get back up. Kiara puts her arm above their head and they tense up and flinch. She brings her arm down and pushes their head forward and then puts her arms around Blank. She then grabs Blank's head with both hands and forces them down towards the floor. She then pulls their hair as they're trying to get up. She allows Blank back up and they're seen crying. I mean, what the hell? She then elbows Blank very forcibly and punches them in the legs, elbows them in the abdomen. Hold on one second, you guys. This is just fucking disgusting. Evil, evil, evil. Absolutely, it does. My computer keeps trying to restart on me. I hope that doesn't happen while we're on here because I was going to try to stay on for a little bit longer. What the F is wrong with this lady? This makes me so damn sad. I know. To see a nonverbal child cry out in pain and that no one can hear is heartbreaking. I know firsthand. I'm sorry, Bruce Sheep. I guarantee you that she has done this to every child she's been in charge of. What kind of evil angriness must be inside of you? Like, for real. I just, it is Emily Pickles. It really is. But you know what? Yeah, hold my earrings. Exactly. More people need to know about it. That's just the truth. And I just don't know. I don't think that she's being punished as much as she needs to be. While watching the surveillance footage, I observed Kiara then reach across the aisle and pull the hair on the back of the head of another student, later identified as Blank. Blank turns around and Kiara puts her left hand out to Blank, and Kiara shook hands. It appears Kiara is trying to hold on to Blank's hand, but Blank pulls away. Yeah. Because look what... Kiara puts her arm around Blank, and it appears Blank is trying to stop her by forcing Blank's head against the backrest. She forces her arm around Blank and pulls Blank closer to her. She appears to be harming Blank due to the reaction, and Blank turning towards her and trying to push away. She then forces Blank's head down towards the floor as Blank tries to resist. Blank's heard crying. Oh my God, you guys. I'm unable to see what Kiara is doing to Blank after Blank comes up because her body is blocking the camera view. She then hits Blank in the abdomen. She punches Blank underneath the chin again, which I could hear. The punch was so hard, it forced Blank's head back. She then hit Blank in the abdomen and hit Blank in the face with her right hand. Blank's head goes back when hit in the face. She reaches across Blank's body to get the seatbelt, and Blank tenses up. It is evident Blank is afraid of Kiara. And it goes on and on. This is really tough to read and listen to, so I want to share this link. But let's read the end of this. So Kiara is 28 years old, and according to her driver's license, she's 5'8" and 235 pounds. Then they obtain medical records for the kids, and they have their diagnosis. It's all redacted. I was hoping it would give us a better rundown of the injuries, because maybe this will. Prosecutors in Colorado filed a motion to add 10 new charges against a school bus aide who was recently arrested for abusing a student who had special needs. She was released on a $5,000 bond. $5,000 bond. She also must comply with a protection order. Bullshit. No, bullshit. What's her next crime gonna be? Huh? I'm sorry. This is... Now prosecutors want Jones to face, I'd say, charge her with every extra additional charge you can. 2 child abuse charges. She deserves it. And there she is, Miss Kiara Jones herself. Hey, Sprinkled Donut. Krista says, I'm speechless. I can't comprehend this type of sick behavior. Is K-Braze here? Happy birthday, K-Braze. I said happy birthday to you at the beginning, but I guess you went back and heard. And I hope you have the best day. The school district is 100% responsible for this piece of shit being able to abuse the children. According to the attorney who is representing the child's family, the documented injuries date back all the way to September. So this happened in March. And then this attorney took on several families whose children have went through the abuse, and they put out a statement for immediate release. Beginning in September, each family saw significant shifts in their child's behavior and noticed physical injuries on their child, including unexplained scratches, bruises, a lost tooth, a broken toe, a black eye, and other deep bruises on their bodies. Somebody knocks one of my kids' teeth out, and I'm telling you, I'll knock every single one of their teeth right down their throat, or any kid's tooth out. It doesn't even have to be my child, but I'm sorry. I cannot imagine. I feel for these parents so much. I could really understand wanting to take like things into your old hands at this point and let out on a $5,000 bond, you guys. As early as January 2024, the Joshua School raised its strong belief that abuse was occurring on the bus, with LPS warranting them to review available video. LPS failed to give credible suspicion of abuse the attention it required. They looked at a single bus ride and determined there was nothing to be concerned about, and provided no further monitoring, allowing months of uninterrupted abuse to continue. This video, she can be seen repeatedly hitting, punching, stomping on a fragile 10-year-old boy. Each family is experiencing an immeasurable amount of pain, heartbreak, anger, and utter disillusionment as they seek justice for their children. So, I don't know, you guys. They found 2 other days where it happened. Court documents note she's set to appear on July 1st. I'll try to see what happened after this and kind of what's going on, but yeah, this one's just disgusting. Did you review the Utah case with the 2-year-old twins? No, I didn't, but let's go over to Crime Online and just kind of see what's going on since we're here hanging out. Yesterday I had somewhere to go, so I kind of wrapped it up early, but I wanted to just hang out with you guys today and spend some time. I really would love to go through. I hope they release more. Like Grizzly said, she had a whole lot more regarding Stephan Stern's interviews, Jen Soto interviews, stuff like that. So at some point we might, tomorrow is my birthday, and one of my birthday presents was a hotel room for 2 nights at the beach. So I'm going to be at the beach, but I'll probably come on, and I don't know, I'll try to be on at some point, but depending what happens with some of that new information, maybe I'll come back on this evening, and depending on who else is live and kind of what's going on. It's hard because you want to work around other people. You want to, especially your friends, and especially, people that have been working really hard at growing their channel. I don't ever want to go on at the same time, but also once you start avoiding people, you can't avoid everybody at all times. Oh, Natasha, I hope you have an awesome day and weekend. Party at the beach. I cannot wait because there's this cake and this, hey, Roxanne. She has court Monday. Okay, thank you. There is this cake that I want. Do you have a Fresh Market store near you? If you do, look it up, and if you do, you have to go check it out. It's a really nice grocery store, and their bakery, oh my God, I've been wanting a cake from there forever, and I haven't got one, so I'm getting one, dang it. Thank you, Queen Bella. Not like that. A little mini vacation. Andrew Tate at it again. So this is what it says about him. Proud misogynist Andrew Tate placed under house arrest amidst I cannot say that word, trafficking minors allegations. I know that he was just on, what's her name? Candace Owens. Drug smuggler with presidential pardon arrested for assaulting wife. He was pardoned by President Donald Trump in 2021. He was arrested for assaulting his wife and 75-year-old father. If you're assaulting 75-year-olds and elderly people, to me, that's just about children. I'm sorry, but that's disgusting. Arrest made in double murder of Maryland grandmother and granddaughter. I hadn't seen that yet. Have you guys? 5-year-old boy dead after shooting himself with loaded unsecured handgun. Oh my God. Ooh, I did see this. So a woman from Florida was just sentenced for shaking an infant who died from injuries 35 years later. Wow, that's pretty crazy. They passed away in 2019, but the injuries came from this is it's Sunday, right? Their birthday? Yeah, I cut out. I'm sorry. Can you hear me now? I don't know what happened. Non-custodial mom kidnaps 4-year-old, leads cops on a high-speed chase. Search underway for sex offender who threatened to kill President Trump. Okay, good. I'm glad y'all can hear me. Sorry about that. No, it didn't restart, but it did say like in like 4 minutes or something, so maybe it's not going to. Hey, it wouldn't be alive with me if we didn't have some kind of audio issue, you know? Ooh, we talked about this yesterday. This man from Hilton Head. Utah man pleads guilty to fatally abusing toddler, sentenced to life without parole. Husband arrested. Whoa. Two Texas children die in hot cars in 24 hours. Oh my God, I cannot. My frustration with the hot car deaths, I don't get it. I don't know how that happens. I really don't understand. And especially what we talked about yesterday, which was a caretaker that left a 22-year-old in a hot car, a disabled 22-year-old, and went and checked on them. So was well aware. This wasn't like, I forgot. Look, 2 Texas children in hot cars in 24 hours. Mississippi father arrested after 3-month-old son dies after left in a hot car. Oh my God. Has anybody been following this? I've kind of a little bit like loosely been. We've had a heat advisory for 3 days running. Oh my God almighty. This hot car shit and leaving kids in the car to shop, gamble, etc. is gross. I agree. Do people not think? Yeah, cutie pie. Gotcha. A man left his daughter in a car and she died. The mother is a doctor, so you'd think he would know better. This was in Arizona. Well, it's just like the guy, we talked about one yesterday, and he was a caretaker for a disabled person. Like, you definitely know better. They went and checked on him at like 10 a.m. and then left him there for 6 hours. Windows up, no AC, no car running, nothing. How do you forget your baby? They should be the first thing you take out of the car. I don't get it. Some do. Oh my gosh. So when my family, you guys, came to visit this last week, my cousin, his boss bought him a Tesla. And like, it was parked right in front of my house because we have like a long driveway, and usually cars are down a little bit, but his car was happened to be right in front of my house. And I was out here smoking and I heard it running. So I called or texted him and I was like, hey, your car's on. And he's like, no, it's climate control. Even if the car is off, the inside will never go above 85 degrees. And I guess, to prevent things like this from happening, which I thought that was kind of cool. You were a morning person 2 days in a row. I'm so proud. Hashtag winning. Nay, you know me so well because, I can't believe it. This morning, B. Crumbs was like, are you up? I was like, yeah, I'm not happy about it, but I am. I'm here. Have you seen the videos with Teslas in graveyards? No, I haven't, Grandma Sherry. I want to see it. All cars should have that. Newer cars, I think that's really, really neat. All right, so has anyone been following this? Now, this is a lot of news reports will call her a teenager. She's 19, though. And I think we talked about it, remember, for just like a second with some of you guys, because it reminded me of Vanessa Guillen. I will never forget what happened to her. I will never forget, it just put a big spotlight on how women are treated in the service and stuff like that. And I guess more of like that good, what do you call that? Like with cops and like, what do they call it? Like the good old boys club or something like that. Soldier's husband arrested. Family pleads for answers as pregnant teen remains missing. The husband of a pregnant teen is in military custody as the search continues. Misha Johnson, 19 and 6 months pregnant, vanished from her home at Schofield Barracks in Hawaii on July 31st. We did talk about this. The Army's Criminal Investigation Division received the report the next day. Her husband, when we talked about it, he had not been arrested, I don't believe. So now Private First Class Dwayne Arthur Johnson II is currently behind bars in connection with her disappearance, but has not yet been officially charged. An individual has been placed into military custody in the Misha Johnson missing persons case. Her husband, Private First Class Dwayne Arthur Johnson II, is currently in military pretrial confinement. Military pretrial confinement. Wow. I don't guess I've ever heard of that. Johnson's sister told Island News that she was surprised to learn her sister's husband is being held behind bars. Just this whole situation has been extremely scary for us, she said, and we just truthfully never saw this coming. They were very affectionate towards each other. PDA levels like through the roof. I know I say that wrong. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm country. Okay. They were all over each other. It's very concerning that he's the prime suspect. Family members, however, also said the husband strung them along and pretended to help as Johnson remained missing for weeks. Well, here's the thing. Some of these relationships, they have a lot of passion. And they have a lot of love and a lot of attraction, but they also have a lot of like anger. And, I've had a toxic relationship like that. Have you guys? Family of Misha Johnson blame husband for disappearance. Johnson is 5'2" and 170 pounds. She has a large dragon tattoo on her back. Let's watch this video. There's a $10,000 reward. Well, let's check it out while we're sitting here. It's only a minute.
New details this midday on the case of Misha Johnson, the missing pregnant 19-year-old. Her family members now speaking out on her disappearance. So take a look. This is a social media post from one of her family members calling out the husband, Dwayne Arthur Johnson, blaming him for the loss of Misha and her baby.
Wow, they said, we welcomed you into our homes and around our children. You strung us along helping us when she went missing, but that was just to keep tabs on what we knew. Come to find out you are the reason for Misha and baby Armani's disappearance. Oh my God.
Ricky Armani, saying he strung them along, pretending to help search for Misha over the past few weeks.
Oh my God, it's so sad.
Also new at midday, an official statement from a family member saying, quote, "We entrust CID with the ongoing investigation of Misha's disappearance. My family also would like to thank the many local businesses and the local community for the tremendous support. We also would like to thank the numerous individuals and groups who've taken their own time to search for Misha. We remain hopeful of the best outcome," end quote.
Oh my God, look at her. Pregnant here on the beach. This is sad. My God. Hey, Tess, I'm done being angry. I didn't want to spread my negativity to all of you. I'm back now. Ooh, I like pink too. It's like anything in life. You don't know you've had a good one until you've been through a few bad ones. I've had relationships with people who are very passionate, but also very angry and like abusive. So, you know, I don't know. Don't stay in a relationship like that. You deserve better. Not only that, like being single isn't bad either. You know, like it's better than being mistreated. You're in control of your life, and yeah, just don't accept somebody mistreating you. None of you guys. Well, I guess we're done with the crime stuff, but I'm going to chat with you for a second before we go. So I'm excited for the beach, but what are you guys doing? And I also feel like when we get off here, like yesterday, all kinds of shit happened after we ended. Wonder what's going to happen today. Respect yourself and make sure you are respected as well. Absolutely. The acrobatics Pink does. Yeah, she's pretty cool. Anger isn't love. No, it isn't. And I don't know. Maybe one day I'll talk to you guys about my situation, but it, you know, maybe not, because it involves other people that weren't just in the relationship. So, you know, like a little baby. So, hey, Lisa, good morning. What are you guys going to do today? Tess says, Tess said Judge Bev denied Karen Reed motion. Of course, I cannot believe that. I'm sorry, but when the prosecution even starts coming forward that people were coming to them, that they were unanimously and not guilty for some of the charges, why are we moving forward with them? I don't know. Mine was also verbally and mentally. Hanging out in Belmar. Oh, how cool. In Belmar, Asbury, New Jersey weekend. Rocco, I've told you before, that's where my dad grew up. Like, we used to go shopping all the time up there in Red Bank, I think it is. And we went to the horse tracks and the beach in Monmouth County. Going to sleep, Roro. Well, I hope you have a good night's sleep. Yard work. Oh, Music City Mom is going to the vigil tomorrow, and I'm camping out at the Sumner County Sheriff Department for a protest. Really? You are? Oh, I can't wait to hear about that. Wait. What kind of protest is happening? Thank you, guys. You guys are sweet. Sometimes you are abused so long that you think it's normal. Yeah, you're right, Lynn. That's what I'm saying. I would love to talk to you guys about that stuff a little bit, but, you know, not every... I don't know. I'll just leave it at that. Hey, Nature Rocks. Cut grass if I can. We are having cooler weather, and I'm definitely taking advantage. I'm hating it. I'm sorry, but right now I'm outside in a hoodie. I don't like this. I need to be in a bathing suit. Like, I don't like being too hot, but damn. She is corrupt as those cops. Yeah, Judge Bev. They need another judge. Yes, I remember. Yeah, it's super cool. I'd love to go back up there. Oh, Natasha, are you sick? Oh, it's back to school. And now you got the little ones. Oh my goodness. I hope you feel better. Judge Bev needs to recuse herself, in my opinion. I agree. I'm sorry, but ridiculous. When I met my husband, he gave off such calm, mature adult vibes, and I knew he was a keeper. He says I'm fiery, so I need that. Oh, you did, Kim? That's cool. My uncle still lives there. My dad's brother, like my dad tries to talk him into coming down here because, to be near family and stuff. But I have a few other family members up there, but oh God, I don't know what's going on with them. Anyone think Betty would be arrested this weekend? Well, I don't know, but I just think this is a huge deal. Like, that's why I wanted to talk about it. Because look, this is a true crime creator who's now got protection orders based on their coverage of a case or non-case, because we don't even know if it's an actual criminal case. But, it's a big deal. And maybe she will. I don't know. There has to be boundaries for us as creators. And we have to remember that we're not talking about like stories or, these are real people with real lives going through the worst times of their lives. I don't know. I think it's a big deal no matter what happens, but it'll be interesting to see what does happen. Yeah, what protest? That's what I was curious about. Oh my gosh, Music City Mom, so you're just going to spectate at the protest, huh? Well, tell us about it. I was wondering too. I was like, wait, what are we protesting? What's going on? Yeah, where is Adrian? He's probably working or something. Oh, okay, Music City Mom. Well, share your channel if people want to watch. Right now, Seek Justice, it is... I'm about to let you guys go. I just wanted to chat for a second at the end. 71. But it was like 65 earlier. And I know that's not cold, but with the wind, it was a little chilly. It's only going to be 78 today. But then we're back into like 90, 95 for the next week. So I got this new vape and it tastes really good. It's strawberry kiwi. But it's live resin and liquid diamonds. But it's really cool because it's a disposable, but like it has a percentage on the side that tells you how charged the battery is. Mine's at 95%, and how full it is. Mine's at 99% full. I've never seen that on a little vape before. So I'm stoked. I'm going to go relax. We have a football game tonight. So I won't be getting to the beach till pretty late. They have pneumonia. Oh no. Not to be updated about PHP. Thank you, one sub, Annie. The only reason like I wanted to talk about it is because, I don't want to talk about any of the drama surrounding it, but just the fact that we're seeing a creator potentially face charges and facing restraining order because of case coverage. And I think that it is kind of monumental for we need to talk about it. It's a big deal. It's just like with the protesting in Florida, laws started being changed. It could change the way we do things. This could kick off something. I don't think it will. I mean, I've seen tons of restraining orders, some that should have been granted, some that shouldn't, some that were, some that weren't, all of that. But I think this is different because we're talking about family members of the missing. And included in it is you can't speak about that missing child anymore. So, Music City Mom. Little walking baby petri dishes. Yes, they are. Yeah, Shaq, though. I don't know. Thank you, One Sub Annie, for being here. Oh, that's awesome. Seek justice. All right, you guys. Well, I reckon I'm going to let you go. Yeah, please be careful. I second that, Queen Bella. I'll message you privately because I definitely be careful. And I mean, I know that it's your hometown. I feel like if these things were happening in my hometown, I would probably also want to see what was going on. Like I might go put my eyes on a protest and, that kind of thing. Just be careful. Oh, my tummy's growling. I'm hungry. I'm going to have to go eat something. 59 where you are, Desiree. K-Braze, you enjoy your birthday weekend too. Don't care what happens today. Oh, awesome, cutie pie. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for being here. The brand is Pac-Man. Melt by Pac-Man. My gosh, can y'all hear my stomach growling? I really got to go. Alex, that stuff is going to give you popcorn lungs, sweetheart. Lecture. Okay. Well, I love you too, and that's okay. You can lecture me anytime. Okay, I'm going to go get me something to eat. Thank you guys for being here. I will see you probably this weekend, but definitely for sure, again, Monday morning at 8 to talk about whatever's happening in true crime at that time, any case updates, any new cases. Here's the facts, and this is what I want to leave you with and what we need to remember. We might see a few cases a year that really blow up and get a lot of attention. There might be one case a year that your heart becomes fully invested in and that you really, truly start to care about. But there are so many cases every single day that we don't even know about, that you don't even see, you don't hear about. And unless you're really looking and digging for it, you might not. It's alarming how often these things happen. And I want to make sure that we keep an eye on and follow those cases, So that's what we're going to do. I appreciate you guys being here to hang out with me and going through all of the things that are happening. Yeah. And as much as I don't like mornings, I enjoy them with you guys. K-Braze, yes and no. So, yes and no. Housekeeping, weed eating. Yeah. What is it, Music City Mom? Have a wonderful birthday. Thank you, guys. Don't eat cake with your phone. Oh, no, Carolina. My daughter's been in ICU the past 3 days. I'll be going back to sit with her again today. Oh, I am so, so sorry to hear that. Thank you, Rocco. It's predictable. I'm not interested. Well, I wonder, the one thing I'm interested in is if laws start to change or YouTube starts to change like their guidelines and stuff. I mean, that will be interesting to watch. Oh, Music City Mom. Message me about this later because I have a family member in the same kind of situation. Hey, Jay. Good to see you. All right, you guys, I'm really going to end it now or I'll say goodbye forever. Y'all know that I will. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you maybe later or maybe this weekend and definitely on Monday. And I hope you guys all have a lovely day. And yeah, thank you for everything. Thank you for being here. And don't forget to leave a like on your way out. I never say that, but B Crumbs has been on me to do it. And I thought I was doing good for a while, but I quit. But yeah, I think that could definitely help the channel. So please don't forget. And I appreciate you guys so much. And I hope you have a lovely day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.